Welcome back to Terrestrial Nomad, the podcast. It's been about a week since my last recording. I am super excited to be back on trail. Took a little bit of a break off. The last recording I had was right before this, or as the sun was setting, and on that sweet ass ridge in Oregon. And that night I was actually able to see the Milky Way, and it was the Perseid meteor shower. So I saw like 40 shooting stars, and then I felt a little, what's the word? I felt like I was being greedy with the shooting stars, because I was making so many wishes, like, I wish miles come easy, I wish blah, 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 I wish trail mat, and I was, like, doing everything for me, and then by, like, the 20th star, I started, like, hoping that everybody else had a really good time hiking in on the Pacific Crest Trail. It was pretty great. Really epic sunrise happened, and then later on, I guess, I don't even know how far that it was from Crater Lakes. Maybe the next day was Crater Lakes. I did not want to get picked up at Highway 58, so I texted my cousin, and it actually worked out better for him to come grab me the next day. So I spent the night at Crater Lakes in the backpacker campground, hung out with a whole bunch of people that I'd been hiking with and some new people, and met some cool southbounders, which was interesting because, cool southbounder, that's like kind of like an oxymoron, but they were cool, and I'm joking about southbounders not being cool. I can hear people in the distance, and I'm not sure. Well, anyway, let me just keep backtracking, and then we'll talk about these voices that I'm hearing. I can definitely hear people. So I got picked up by my cousin on a Saturday. That same day, even if I was hiking out, the rim trail got closed. A lot of people I was hiking with got turned around from there, had to skip and do a bunch of weird hitching. So I was pretty excited about that. I could have hiked the rim if I left on Friday, but I wasn't going to do that. And so Travis picked me up, my cousin. He's currently living in Lapine, which is just south of Bend. And we immediately drove to the Brewfest in Bend, where I got to see Shepherd and Mason Jar and who? Daydreamer. You can speak also.
Oh,
Shepherd's Shepherd's with me right now. I was going to introduce him as like a surprise thing, but I also needed to retract my steps here. Daydreamer, and then the girl.
Ritz and T-Rex were there.
Oh, I didn't even see them.
They were with me.
Oh, well then I did meet them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, the girl. Her name's not Swift. It's like something like that.
That was the first time I met them. So.
Oh, see, I'd been hiking with her for a little while too, but anyways, she will go unnamed. We're just not even going to talk about her. And we went to the Brewfest. I had already been drinking since 9 in the morning, so by the time my cousin picked me up for Brewfest, I just wanted to eat food. I didn't really want to drink that bad. Got to hang out with the hikers and my cousin's friend, and then my cousin took me directly after the Brewfest to another brewery, which he works at, 10 Barrel. Had maybe 3 more beers, shut that place down. It was like 2 in the morning. We left, and then my cousin mentioned that he knows of this really awesome cave that's in Bend called Boyd Cave. I believe that's right. Yeah, near Bend. It was pretty epic. It was my first spelunking experience. I'm totally in. It was awesome. Although it did lose the necklace that I had created back in I guess Walker Pass was the creation of that sweet-ass necklace with the quartz and the other, that other green rock that I always forget the name of. And one of the travelers in Ashland gave me a little piece of, I forgot what that one was too. It's a shiny blue one, but that was dangling off the bottom. But that got ripped off during the spelunking, and now will be a future souvenir for someone who completes that cave, because it's way in the back where you really have to crawl down. But I don't know. I'm a little sad about it, but overall I think that someone else will probably turn it into a sweet necklace and have a good story about it. But I don't know. I am sad. I don't want to act like I'm not sad.
Yeah, you're sad. You've definitely talked about it a few times.
Yeah, no, it's a bummer, because I always felt like it was, I mean, my lottery tickets were won because I scratched them off with that one rock, and now it's like, I mean, maybe I'll learn that I never needed that anyway, but yeah, my cousin works the night shifts at 10 Barrels, so he was basically sleeping till 4 p.m. every day. I was able to catch up on a bunch of movies. The only thing I can remember that I watched, Forrest Gump, Team America.
Lebowski.
What movie?
The Big Lebowski.
I did watch The Big Lebowski. I watched Stand By Me.
You are not good.
Yeah, I watched Grandma's Boy.
Man, you watched some good movies.
Oh yeah, I was just picking and I've seen all of them.
Just pick win after win. Dude.
Yeah, it was just a good session.
Pretty
and they had
epic movie session.
They had a sweet DVD collection too, which was awesome. In Lapine, got to eat at a fancy restaurant there. If you've ever been to Lapine, you know that I'm joking about the fancy part. The next day, my cousin took me to a few different sites here and there. One of the falls was called, I think it was Paulina Falls, or Paulina Falls in Oregon. And that was just awesome. He took me to the largest ponderosa pine tree in Oregon. It's called Big Tree. It's not really that big, even compared to the ones around it, but I think it's all about the girth with the big tree. Mm-hmm. That was a fun little detour. We went to Sun River Brewing Company. That was pretty awesome. They had a pretty sweet setup there. I don't even know if they brew their beer at that place, because we didn't see any of the silos and all that stuff that goes along with brewing. And then after that, we went to Atlas Brewing, which makes I don't know if they only make ciders, but that's what they're known for. And I would recommend the blackberry cider. It's fucking awesome. And they make their own donuts in there, or they have donuts for sale or something. But the lady gave us donuts for free because she was closing up and just wanted to get rid of them. Awesome donuts at Atlas Brewery, I guess it would be called. And then, okay, so I was in Lapine, and then I'm talking about trying to figure out where to skip up, and I don't know how it came up, but I mentioned that, I'm going to do the Wonderland Trail, and I want to do this.
You posted something on Facebook saying that you wanted to do, the Wonderland Trail.
Yep. I did a Facebook post kind of who wants to go with me, because I know I've talked about it on the recordings, my solo stuff, that I wanted to go do Wonderland, and that's been on my mind. But then when you mentioned doing the Timberline Loop also, I was like, yep, I'm in. Fuck yeah, just doing another side trail and then meeting up with an old Chill Hard tribe member, it just felt right. And so then I had my cousin drive me to Shelter Cove to grab my box that was shipped there, because I did not hike those miles. So I went and got my box I felt like a tourist. It was really weird. I saw the people that I was hiking with, and just sort of was like, oh yeah, you guys will see me in Washington. And skipped up a bit, met up with Shepherd, got to stay the night at his friend's house with him in Bend. We had a early night, and then our morning we went to, where did we go?
We went to the post office first.
Oh, right. We went to post office, shipped out some stuff. I shipped a couple packages up ahead. And then we went to Big Lake Youth.
Yeah, we were looking for my shoes.
Yeah, which was a nightmare. If you're shipping anything, if you are a future PCT hiker, or hiking the PCT right now as you're listening, fuck, how meta would that be? Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. I would just recommend shipping your stuff to Big Lake Youth Camp maybe like 3 weeks before.
Yeah, I would say you want to ship
4.
at least 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Because the shipping through there, like the mail gets routed through Sisters, and then it gets driven up to a ski resort that's not open.
Voodoo?
Yeah, Hoodoo.
Oh, Hoodoo.
Yeah, Hoodoo ski resort.
Yeah.
Gets dropped off there, and then eventually somebody from Big Lake Youth Camp may or may not come pick up your package from a person at a ski resort that's not open, and then bring it to their facilities. So, nice people, just not the best of hiker-friendly logistics as far as shipping is concerned. So.
Yeah. Big Lake Youth Camp. It would have been cool to actually like walk through there, but I'm not too worried about it. Yellow blazing pretty hard here. And then what?
And we went back down to Sisters because my shoes weren't in Big Lake Youth Camp, and nobody was there at the time. They were like closed down for a few days for some reason. So we went back to Sisters.
Who's running that place?
Some Seventh-day Adventist group. I don't know.
Right.
So we went back to Sisters to try and track down my shoes, which was a little bit of a nightmare, but the employees at the post office there, they rock. They went out of their way to make sure that I got my shoes, and
which doesn't normally happen.
I finally got them.
Yeah,
what's that?
That doesn't normally happen. Like,
no,
especially not at the post office.
Yeah, anytime you're dealing with the federal government, like, don't expect good customer service, but these guys rock.
Or efficiency, or
and don't expect anything positive.
Yeah, it's a bad way to go. So yeah, then we were in Sisters until like we kind of had to stay there till like 2:30 because your shoes were coming in. So, we did what any thru hikers would do.
Well, we were hanging out in front of loitering.
Oh yeah, we didn't get beers until later.
No, we were too busy loitering.
Yeah, we were loitering. We were just sitting outside, smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee.
Yeah. And
then there was a group of day hikers, I suppose they were.
Yeah.
They did 4 miles.
Yeah.
They were day hikers, and this lady's like, "Oh, I gotta ask, what's your trail names?" Shepherd says Shepherd. I say Jafar, and she's like, "Shepherd? I know you. I read your blog." And you were like, "What?"
I really didn't think anybody was reading my blog.
Oh, you should plug your blog right now.
Oh yeah, if you want to read my blog, it's www.theshepherdsblog.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that it's quicker to say World Wide Web?
Or just drop the www, because, I mean, come on, everybody knows that by now, right?
Well, they might not know it's a website if you didn't. Well, the .com would give it away.
Yeah.
Someone pointed that out to me the other day. It was like, World Wide Web is faster than www. But, yeah, okay. I would definitely go check that blog out. It'll cross-reference this podcast later, I'm sure. And then I'll plug my podcast link or something into his blog later. All the down has shifted in my sleeping bag, and I'm just realizing that this thing has to be zipped because
that, or you just shake the down from the sides of your bag towards the center and then put it over you.
Oh, will it just shift back like that?
Some of it'll slowly fall down towards the sides, but more of it'll be concentrated over you, actually keeping you warm. So. My phone's on airplane mode, but it keeps sending, it keeps receiving text.
Huh.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works.
No idea.
I don't really trust the phones at all. Sorry, we were loitering.
Yeah, that lady recognized your blog.
Yeah. and they offered one of them. There was a group of like 8 women that were there, and one of them offered to buy us ice cream. So she gave us $10 to go get ice cream with, because we were sitting in front of a coffee ice cream place.
What kind of ice cream did you get?
Oh, rainbow sherbet.
Double scoop?
Double scoop in a waffle cone, man. It was just so hot outside. Like that was the thing. It was over 90 degrees. We didn't want to go hiking. Who wants to go take off to go hike like in the middle of the afternoon when it's 90 degrees out?
Yeah.
It was terrible. So
I got
rainbow sherbet ice cream all the way.
I think I got salted caramel.
Oh, nice.
Double scoop, waffle cone.
Yeah. Got to do the double scoop waffle cone.
You did get your shoes.
Got my shoes.
They were fucking killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then at like 2:30, we're starting to think like, all right, I think we had stopped
probably later than that. It was probably closer to 4 o'clock by that point.
Yeah, so around 4, we knew that we were not going to keep hiking. We saw Kale and Farrell, which we haven't seen. I don't know if I've talked about them in this podcast. Hopefully you already know them, because I believe we were kind of leapfrogging with them for a while in the beginning.
Yeah, I first met them at Scissors Crossing, which is, mile 77 or something?
Yep, yeah. And that's kind of when I met them. Well, Warner Springs to like Idlewild, we were like hiking every other day with them.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if it's crazy, this phone. And they mentioned to us that there's like in a $5 campsite, you may or may not have to pay, and that was more than enough for us to go down the street and get some beers. We got an 18 rack of Rainier beer.
Yep, Rainier beer.
Oregon's finest. Or is it from Washington?
Yeah, it's made with Yakima Valley hops, which is on the east side of the Cascades.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very a fun fact.
Very informative. Yeah, it was nice. It was great for a light beer. It's nice.
It's the PBR of the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, there we go.
Before hipsters got a hold of PBR in the Pacific Northwest.
Right. They need to fucking get on the Rainier kick. Yeah, so then we drank quite a few beers. We played some Frisbee.
Oh, yeah.
We basically just hung out in this campground for a while, and then we went on a adventurous dinner walk and walked around the entire town of Sisters and ended up at it was a long...
We were in search of, like, the best calorie for your dollar kind of thing.
Yep. We almost went to the burger place called...
McDonald's?
No. What was that mom and pop place? Snowcap or something?
Oh, yeah. Snowcap, yeah.
But the line was out of control, and the price that we were still going to spend $15, so...
It was right on the edge of the bubble of what was going to be acceptable for us.
Yeah, things were kind of pricey there. And then we ended up at a Subway.
Eating fresh.
Shepherd had 2 footlongs. I had 1.5 footlongs. And... yeah, we basically destroyed our bodies at Subway, which was nice.
Well, it was the sriracha mayo that really did us in.
Yeah,
at least for me.
Yeah, if you're at a Subway, try that sriracha mayo. It's fucking.
If you ever
great.
need a quick detox,
yeah,
try the sriracha mayo.
Yeah, it goes right through you.
Yeah, I recommend doing at least 3 lines.
Yeah, 3 lines. I did 1 line. That was funny. She was like, "How much do you want?" Just 1 line of that. I'm not a mayo fan, but the sriracha mayo is great. Woke up the next morning, broke camp, kinda. We went to that donut shop.
Yeah, we went to. That was
That was epic.
We won breakfast. That was.
Yeah, we did a morning breakfast date sort of thing where we each got. Well, fuck. There was an apple fritter and a thing called a bear claw.
No, it was a pine cone.
Oh, a pine cone. That's right. It's pine cone shaped glazed donut with
it's an apple fritter dough.
Yeah.
But then it is glazed, and then it has the maple frosting on half of it, and then the chocolate on the other half.
Oh God.
Ugh.
And what a great name. The
Yeah.
pine cone.
Yeah.
Fuck. And it was huge, the size of your face.
Yeah. The apple fritter was the size of your face.
Yeah, and the pine cone was bigger.
It's just shaped different.
Yeah. We ate out front. hiker trashed it up a little bit. And then we still had like 6 beers to drink. We didn't know what to do with.
So we just started walking to go get a hitch.
Yep.
It was like 9 o'clock in the morning still.
Yeah.
Like,
and
we
then,
weren't doing too bad on time.
I know, I'm trying to remember if there was something that we did before trying to get that hitch. Did we like eat anywhere? Oh, no, we had the donuts.
We had the donuts, we walked down the street, had a smoke, and then walked to go hitch.
And then I think...
Oh wait, we went to that market where we bought the beers the day before to fill up our water bottles. That's what it was.
Yeah, we did go in there.
That's what you're thinking of.
And then we hitched. That was the longest hitch we've ever been a part of. It was a solid 3 hours. And then it kind of turned into us just hanging out by the side of the road.
Yeah, we finished off the 6 beers that we had, or 9 beers, or whatever.
It was like 9 beers. That's right.
Oh, we started drinking beers the first thing when we got up in the morning.
That's true. We crushed 1, so we were down to 7, and then I packed 1 out. So we had 3 each at the weight.
Yeah, so we had 6
smoking beers,
smoking beers,
drinking weed. We made 2 funny signs. Shepherd made a wild sign, and I made a question mark sign, which I don't think helped either of our. I mean, no, it was just. I mean, and then finally we got picked up 3 hours later by a dude who had hiked the PCT in 2013.
Yeah.
Definitely don't remember his name.
Rocksteady or something?
Rocksteady, yeah. Great pull.
Wow.
Great pull. Yeah, and I remember thinking like, oh, that's kind of like Rockstar, but it's Rocksteady. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain guy.
Yeah, I was thinking there was a guy last year named Rock Ocean, and Rocco was shuttling hikers like around the PCT, like in and out of trailheads and stuff like that, and he had like a Volkswagen van.
Fuck
So
yeah.
I did like the little word assimilation there, I guess. But yeah, I'm surprised I came up with them.
Yeah, that was great. We got a hitch from him. He was pretty excited to help us out, and we had given up. We didn't even care. We thought like, oh, we're not even hiking today. Like, just this isn't gonna work out. 3 beers in.
We got to the trailhead and ran into Daydreamer and a couple other people.
Yeah, that's right. That other guy. I always forget his name too.
That was the only time I ran into him.
Stayed at the trailhead. Stayed at the trailhead for a couple hours.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was a real hot day, and we did a cool 5 out of Santiam Pass.
Yeah, we camped on this ridge, like right underneath Three Finger Jack. On the west side of Three Finger Jack, and that was pretty epic spot.
Nice.
Man.
That was like kind of like the ridge that I camped on my last recording. Was like just like that, like super sick. Although my other one was facing the other way, so it was more of a
good
sunrise spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we did a nice 24-mile day after that. Did anything exciting happen yesterday?
Was that yesterday that we did 24? Oh, I guess it was.
It was like 23 and something.
Yeah.
I'm rounding up.
No, I'd call it 24. It's a good solid 24.
It probably was 24. Exciting
trying to
stuff.
remember.
Yeah, I don't even know what.
Well, that was when we walked around.
Three Finger Jack?
We left that, and then you walk around Mount Jefferson.
Oh, that was, yeah, that was
the
the
day
Jefferson.
you ran into that Sobo that was ranting and raving about something?
Yeah, he was just talking about
how he hiked uphill forever.
Yeah, and then it wasn't. We didn't go downhill forever. I was confused.
It was just really mellow.
Yeah, it was fine the whole time.
I wouldn't register it as an uphill or downhill almost.
Yeah, it was a ridge walk, so it's just kind of a little roller coaster.
I mean, there was one good downhill part towards the end of it, but...
Yeah. So yeah, yesterday was just coming up to, and then wrapping around Jefferson, and then today was leaving Jefferson.
Yeah, getting the other way around there.
Yeah, they go on the other side, and then...
We've been going around something butte, like right here where we're camped on the side over it.
Okay, there's a butte over here.
I think we're technically on an Indian reservation right now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, there were no signs posted, but I saw it on the maps that for a little while we're going to be weaving in and out of it. So.
Oh, that's cool. That might explain those voices that I heard down there.
I think it's just the wind, dude.
But
that was one of the things that was interesting with yesterday was the high winds, and the winds were coming from the opposite direction that they normally were. We saw a new fire start up yesterday too.
Oh yeah, on the other side of that ridge.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Which has today been made for a really, really smoky day.
Yeah, it was terrible today. The day before was great. But okay, let me get back to those voices that I thought.
Oh yes, but yesterday with the voices.
Oh yeah.
The wind was blowing through. We were walking through that. It was a big burn area, and so there's still these tall standing like snag trees, and the wind blowing through those was making all kinds of crazy noises. Like for a while there, it felt like I was on a ship because the trees were bending and creaking and making all kinds of funky noises, and then you're getting the high winds howling around some of the thin branches that were left, and they were making that noise that you hear when you got like a rope that's in high wind or something like
creaking.
that, you know?
I thought I heard like young girls screaming yesterday, but earlier I'm like just right down there.
Yeah, I heard what you were talking about.
Is that the moonlight or is that a light?
Yeah, no, there's the moon's down over there.
Oh, okay, so that's what I'm seeing. I heard a little hooting and hollering, but you never know.
Yeah.
It could be a Native American ritual happening.
Yeah, we'd have to contact some Indian about that.
Yeah, some Indian. We miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, some Indian.
Hopefully you're listening to this.
You better be listening.
I'll just send it directly to him.
Yeah. I think that's the way you'd have to do it with him.
Tasuyaka. I forget how you even say that. Yeah, and then today we hiked into Alali Lake.
Oh, but before that, there was that all the day hikers today.
Oh, yeah. It was
day hikers, if you're listening to this...
Oh, yeah, we have public service announcement.
Yeah, PSA, and this isn't like... I know everybody's not this way or whatever, and you can call me, some elitist hiker trash up on a high horse if you want, but I'm not. But learn some trail etiquette when you guys come out here, people. This is just a general blanket statement here.
Yeah, we're all sharing the trail.
If you're going uphill, you have the right of way. If you're going downhill, you yield to the person going uphill. Simple as that. And a lot of people are probably confused because they don't know why that's the proper etiquette. And what it comes from is like mountaineering, and think of like climbing on some big snow-covered glacier mountain, Mount Everest or something, if you will. If you're going downhill, you're usually kicking stuff and it's falling downhill, and then there's people below you, and so now you're like putting them at risk. So you yield, let the people go uphill, get past you, and then you go down. And if you slip and fall and go tumbling down, you don't take out other people with you.
Yep, it's simple as that. We must have ran into like maybe 30 people.
No, more than that, dude.
Maybe 40?
It felt like 300 people.
That's just relative to trail. But I think it was probably like 30 people going south, just either day hikers or, overnight weekend warriors. But I don't think anyone yielded correctly. We just sort of yielded for everybody.
Yeah,
at
people were just like wanting to walk through us, and it's like...
Yeah, and I mean, I think they can tell by the dirt, like we are terribly dirty. And
I don't know, some people were still asking, are you guys hiking the PCT? I'm like...
I don't...
At this point, it's pretty obvious, because we're smelling them from, half a mile away.
They've got to be smelling us. They should know. Yeah.
I think, especially at this point, like a long-distance hiker has a certain look and demeanor to them.
Yeah.
Because even if you're going southbound, like you're still 600 miles in. You got that going.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going northbound, we're over 2,000 miles in.
Yeah.
Things are getting pretty trashy.
Oh, yeah, we hit the 2,000 mark.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big accomplishment.
Oh, yeah, that happened when we hiked out.
What was the other public service announcement we were going to make? I've already forgotten.
Crap. I do remember talking about something else, but...
I remember talking about the girl-to-guy ratio, but I don't think that was the public service announcement.
No.
Maybe I'll just give a fair warning to any young fellas thinking that they are going to come on the PCT and find that girl. Maybe, but more likely she's going to find you. Because there's 13 to 1 guy to girl ratio.
You think it's that good?
No, it's worse. Well, so it's 13 to 1, but that one girl is usually
already with somebody else.
Right,
yeah.
so it's usually more like 30 to 1, I think.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
You're telling me there's a chance. Yeah, guys, come out on the Pacific Crest Trail and do your thing. I was also thinking there was 2 southbound girls that
other
passed
PSAs.
us.
Sorry, I just remembered it. Pick up hitchhikers.
Oh, that was it. Yes, a call to action.
Yeah, hitchhikers are not like what they are portrayed in horror movies to be.
Yeah, just pick them up. We thought of that in Sisters.
Yeah.
While we were waiting. That was fucked.
Everybody in Sisters was super nice to us. Like,
Yeah.
great town. Like, loved it. It's like a big Julian, so if you're listening to this on trail after you've gone through Julian, just picture that, but on a a slightly bigger scale.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say.
Very friendly, though.
Yeah, super awesome town. You could definitely get a really good resupply there. I mean, we didn't, but there was a good raise and something else.
Oh, the Bi-Mart.
Bi-Mart. Yeah, it was a sweet-ass little town.
So, sorry, back to your girl-to-guy ratio.
Oh, no, I'm kind of done talking about it.
Okay.
I want to say that I've already gone over this like a couple times and
just driving the point home.
Yeah, I'm just letting everybody know that I'm out here getting desperate on the PCT. If worst comes to worst, I'm going to go back to VVR. Just hit up Ricky. If you're in VVR or going to Vermilion Valley Ranch,
Resort,
right? It's not a ranch. And I really hope he's still working there. But tell Ricky that the Chill Hard tribe says hello. He'll know who we are.
Yeah, we're his primo group of friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely that.
Definitely primo friends. Okay. God, we gotta get back on track here.
Moving forward.
So Olali Lake.
Yes.
We got into Olali Lake.
Yeah, Olali Lake. Has a sign. First to start off, it has a sign posted that there's no motorboats allowed.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Nope.
And also no swimming.
No,
because it is a drinking source, but there are people fishing and paddle boating around and stuff like that. So
right, we actually almost witnessed a little child pee into the water.
That was interesting.
Luckily, the dad stopped him.
Running back and forth on the dock trying to find the bathroom, like which end he was supposed to pee off of.
That was awesome to see.
Yeah, people watching at Olali Lake was fun.
Yeah.
The store,
very mediocre. High price. Small selection.
Yeah.
Bad hiker bucks.
$5 for one of those not quite 16-ounce things of peanut butter.
Yep. $5 big bag of chips.
If you wanted to buy the ingredients to make s'mores there, it's $11. Don't ask me how I know, but
yeah, you added that
up. $10 minimum on the credit card. No charging ports. No Wi-Fi. Probably not a place you're going to stay long. $2 like canned domestic PBR Coors types. $3.50 for
good beer.
Your Sierra Nevada Blue Moons and I don't know what else they had there at the
$1.50 sodas. Yeah, it was a little pricey. 50-cent ramen, and that wasn't that bad. That was the only thing.
That was the deal.
Buying.
That was the deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So Olali Lake overall not that great. We did get a little trail magic right before we walked in on an unpaved road that had sodas and Gatorades, and that experience was better than Olali Lake for me. Was that cooler because I got to drink a Gatorade and a soda. hiked out of
cost you $10.
Right, yeah. So then when I bought that set, I was just like, oh yeah, this is justifiable because I got 2 free drinks earlier. That would have costed $3.50 for what I had out of that cooler.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they spent $3.50 to fill that cooler. After Olali Lake, there's nothing else to say about that place. I don't even want to.
Yeah.
If you're going and it's not windy, get a paddle boat too. It was like $8 for an hour, and you could have 3 people in there. Like split it 3 ways, or try to talk them down to 30 minutes or something. That seems like it would have been fun if it wasn't.
Get a little upper body workout going or something.
Yeah. Oh, they have paddle boats too if you want to get your.
Oh yeah, they have the canoe, kayak, and the paddle boat thing. So if you feel like you're just not getting the leg workout in on trail, you could always do that.
We hiked out of Olali Lake, did about 6 miles.
Yep.
We are now camped about, I was gonna say 4 feet from trail, but we are more.
No,
like,
I think you could if you actually put some effort in, you could probably reach out and touch trail.
Actually, you might be like 3 feet.
You look a little closer.
I'm touching. Yep, I can touch the trail from where I'm at. There are no campsites between where we got water and the next 5 miles, so we basically found the sort of flat,
the clearest area.
Yeah, clearest. It was not. This isn't flat, and we just made do with what we had. And I had the best dinner of my life. Well, okay, I've had the best dinner of my trail life, PCT life. It was basically I use Shepherd skillet. Who makes that?
MSR.
Shout out to MSR for that skillet and spatula set.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I made hash browns, but I used garlic olive oil, and then I poured a entire 6-ounce thing of bacon bits into it. Hot sauced it. Another clove of clove?
Yeah.
I know we just had that discussion. I put a clove of garlic in that, and it was just, I don't know. I must be really hungry, or it was that good. It really was that good.
And you are that hungry.
Yeah, you're right. It's a perfect storm for a perfect dinner. Yeah, so now we are up to date. Part of the Chill Hard tribe is back together.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Actually, we came up with it the other day. We are the second most northern group of the Chill Hard tribe that constitutes 2 or more people.
Yeah. Behind us is LP, Primo, and Hero. And Clutch. Wait, is Clutch ahead of us?
No, Clutch is ahead of us now.
Okay.
Trash Can, formerly known as the Dentist.
The Dentist.
Is somewhere behind us.
That'll be good to see him.
And then, we need to get a hold of Sheepwagon. Sheepwagon's supposed to be finishing his little flip-flop thing here at Santiam and heading north. So
I texted
coming
him.
up not too far behind us.
Yeah, I texted him and I haven't heard back. So he's probably either on. Well, he could be ahead of us.
No, because he was going to get on at Santiam.
Okay.
So he was getting on behind us, and he definitely hasn't gone past us.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. So let me pull out my phone and see what mile we are at.
I think we're about 45 miles south of Timberline Lodge.
I
don't know what that means as far as what mile number we're at.
Our mileage is 249. No, oh my God. What the fuck am I talking about?
No, we are not around Big Bear.
Maybe southbound. No, we are at mile 2048. And it feels good.
Yeah, man.
It feels good, man.
Looking forward to getting to Cascade Locks for the big tribal reunion.
Yeah.
AKA PCT Trail Days.
And we'll have the Timberline Loop under our belts by the time we do that.
Yeah.
So
we got that going on.
that'll be
go
fun.
Visit the set for
The Shining.
The Shining, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I saw other people post photos with the axe.
Yeah,
And it says, "Here comes Johnny" on the axe. We also should like try to watch The Shining before we get there if we have signal.
Yeah.
Not.
I have T-Mobile, so that's not going to happen on my end.
Yeah, I have Verizon, which is
the best shot.
Yeah, but tonight nothing. I can get text, but only in airplane mode. I don't know what's happening with my phone.
So is that a Verizon thing or an iPhone thing?
I think what happens is like I turn my phone on, it gets reception, and it starts caching in these texts, like putting it in its little cache. And then when I go back to airplane, it's like we've been meaning to send this to you, or like this was like cached and now here it is. I don't know what it is. It's only happened out here. Might be, yeah. Who knows?
Is this the only place that you regularly use airplane mode?
That is a very accurate statement. I know I did in Peru, but I don't remember how it worked. Actually, I remember another funny story of this same thing happening. We used to have a thing in San Francisco with my friends called Boys Night. And we'd go out every Thursday night, and our theme song was Thin Lizzy.
Is Boys Night a thing that's, like, specific to San Francisco, like everywhere else it's Guys Night, but in San Francisco?
Yeah, that's held in the Castro District. Boys Night happens every night in the Castro District. But specifically ours was Thursday night, and it would be like a dive bar, pub crawl kind of thing. And our theme song was Thin Lizzy's The Boys Are Back in Town. But so we would have this group text like every Thursday where we were going, blah, blah, blah. But when I went and did the JMT, it was kind of the first night that we didn't have a proper boys' night in like over a year. So I was out there for 2 separate Thursdays, and on the second Thursday, maybe it was the first Thursday, either way, that's irrelevant. I was at Thousand Island Lakes in the Sierras, and I had taken quite a bit of mushrooms there. And I can remember I switched my phone off, I had no service, and then I switched it back to airplane mode, and I started getting all these texts, and my friends were like planning on what bar to go to, and then they were like, is Kane still off on his Survivor Man expedition or Into the Wild? Or they were also calling me Bear Grylls Jr., and I was just laughing my ass off, and I kept trying to send a text, but I had no service, but I was also tripping, so I just kept sending this text, and then the best screenshot came out of it when it was just like, is Kane still off on this expedition thing, or what is he doing? Where is he? And they're like, yeah, he's still gone. And then there's like 6 message failures to send prompts with like 6 text bubbles of me texting them saying, hey guys, yeah, I'm out here, I'm tripping balls. And then the next 5 are, I'm tripping balls. And like none of them went through, but I have a screenshot of that. And that just reminded me of that time when I was on airplane mode and was receiving text messages. I don't know how it works. I think it's when you switch it on and off or something. But yeah, so we're camped right on trail.
This is how you get going early in the morning, guys.
Yeah, dude.
You camp on trail.
Yep,
you have no choice but to wake up and go.
This is a great way to crush miles. The only way you could be more efficient is to camp directly on trail, which has happened. We've all done it.
Well, really, you just keep hiking if you want to be more efficient.
Yeah, just
don't stop. Just sell all your gear, buy meth, and then you'll be beating Scott Williamson all day.
Yeah, that's probably the only way to do it. Probably the only.
Probably.
I feel like I'm out of stuff to say.
I feel like that would be a first for you.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know, you always got some sort of ridiculous life story that relates somehow to something that's relevant.
Yeah. Well, I know that on other recordings I always get to a point where I'm like, well, I don't have anything else to say.
Just start babbling.
I don't know how I'm gonna end this one.
Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, we're
Drawing
doing.
it
This is the fade out kind of.
Okay, so we're gonna fade out into turning it off.
Yeah.
Hey, question real quick.
Uh-huh.
Is this, would you call this a live recording?
Oh,
is that how this?
Fuck. Okay, only in the sense that it's raw. I'm not editing anything. I'm not like. There's a couple people that I've interviewed that have asked me to take things out. I'll tell you when I turn this off who it was and what it was about.
Actually,
I feel
like I already know.
Yeah,
like
you do
at
know.
least the who.
You do know, and the people at home, because it's obviously not going to get edited, there's probably a couple shocking moments where they're like, oh. Yeah, so they'll know too. But I think that this is live recording in the sense that it's like not all of this is just going like directly to dump to a and then post it and not. I'll definitely.
I was just
listen
thinking
to
about
that.
like like sitcoms where they're like, recorded in front of a live studio audience or something like that. Would this be marketed as like a live recording?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way to even post it live anyway. So, yeah, we're live from the Pacific Crest Trail. I need to
Coming
start
to
saying
you
that.
live
Coming
from
to
the
you
Pacific
live
Crest Trail.
From the Pacific
Terrestrial
Crest.
Nomad and friends. Dun 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 dun.
Introducing Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Yeah, see, now I'm thinking maybe I should edit it a little bit and put in like sweet ass like intro music. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm either gonna do intro or outro.
You got to do it all.
Yeah, maybe an intro and an outro. Because there is already other recordings that I've listened to where I'm like, the one where I was hiking into Wrightwood, I was hiking naked, but I didn't mention that I was hiking naked. So I was like, this is a monumental
that
day.
would have been useful yesterday.
Yeah, I think I told. Well, what's funny is that like it's probably gonna sound weird because at one point I met Captain Crunch and Jim Stone. They were doing that.
They were doing the slack pack
Yep.
and going southbound. Yeah.
Yep, to Cajon Pass.
Uh-huh.
So I met them, and I was not expecting to see them, and I was butt naked, and I was walking at the time, hiking, and talking, and being naked, and I walked up to Captain Crunch and go, "How do you feel about nudity in the wilderness?" And he was like, "I approve." And then I was like to Jim Stone, "How do you feel about nudity in the wilderness?" And she's like, "Hey man, it's the only it's natural, man." Like I forget what she said, but it was fucking great. And then like I listened to it the next day, and I was in Wrightwood, like doing kind of a review of the town of Wrightwood, and I was just like, I listened to yesterday's podcast, and I didn't mention that I was naked. I think I should mention that I hiked to Acorn Trail naked. Yeah, so live from the Pacific Crest Trail. This podcast
has been recorded.
This podcast has been recorded. I'm gonna have to. It's very dark.
That's how you
out.
should end them.
Live from the Pacific Crest Trail. This podcast has been recorded.